Okay, welcome back. That actually took a while. Uh, I did make some extras. If you notice, I made some extra naphtha and polyethylene, nitrogen dioxide, and chlorine. Um, because I know I'm going to need more PCBs after this episode, so might as well go ahead and make a bit of it while we're at it. So, the first thing we're going to want to do is, let's see, we want to run, I know the carbon and the chlorine through the chemical reactor. So, let's see, chemical reactors down here. Somewhere. I don't even know where. Oh, here it is. Okay. Sorry about that. Just shit everywhere. We'll throw it in there. So let's go ahead and give this. That's enough for right now. And why are you not inserting this? Okay, welcome back. So let's grab a drum and let's get some of these cracked light fuel cells. I'm going to go ahead and get like 8 of them. Just because we can. I know we're going to need a bunch of this stuff, so we might as well go ahead and make a bunch of it. So we can run this through the distillery, which we've got one set up right here. Let's set. Actually, let's disable this for now. I'm actually not using this tank for anything, and we'll just set it up there, and let's tell it. Let me make a few adjustments here. We'll put our drum like right here. What the hell? No. Stop it. I don't want air in the drum. That's why I hate these like junk fluid conduits. Okay. So let's give this. Oh, let me fix the circuit as well. But let's give this some cracked light fuel. And we're going to go ahead and give it like all of that. Because we might as well. Okay. And then our circuit, we'll just change it back to a configuration 0. Throw it into there and... Oops. Accept. Can you... Oh my god. Are you serious? Are you not going to accept... Oh my god. It's got air in there. Shit. Okay. Well, we'll just break it, actually. Forgot we can do that. And... now we are in business, I think. So we'll give it that. There we go. So we're making refinery gas. And let's set this to export on that side. Oh my god. Like an oxygen. Ah! Drives me insane. Alright. There we go. So we've got some refinery gas now. Woo! Okay. And to get our LPG, let's see, we needed... This is a very long process, by the way. I was expecting like, oh, this is going to be no problem. We're going to get some PCBs. Little did I know that we would need to do all the things. So refinery gas with empty cells through the centrifuge, and we'll get our methane. Oh, we'll get methane and LPG. So that's great. Oh, that's making a bunch of it. Cool. I'm going to go ahead and grab this. I'll come back for that stuff later. And do we have an empty... No, let me grab an empty drum for the LPG. And other things. Let me throw... Oh, of course I have like no space at all. I'm going to grab this so we can grab the methane out of there. And an empty drum for the GregTech LPG. And now I promise this will be a lot easier once we get our fluid workshop set up. So I do apologize that things are a little bit crazy right now. But anyway, I'm going to run over to that other base, or to the other building, and I'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. So let's do this now. Let's actually get this stuff made. I think we're all set now. And we got calcite and magnesium in here. So we're going to want some empty cells and some space. Some space would be great. One day, look at this just mess of just junk everywhere. Alright, so let me grab some fluid conduits here. And we'll hook this up. And let's just output there. Okay, so that's going to start making our LPG cells. And then I'm going to put our methane gas drum just like right here. Cool. Alright, and now that we've got that, the next step that we're going to want is, let's see, the next step on our road to epoxy is the LPG, loose LPG in the chemical reactor with chlorine and carbon. Okay, so let's set up our drum here and extract, and we'll just start with like one cell of this for now. And carbon, chlorine, and I was about to say you better work, because if it didn't accept that LPG, I was just gonna, like, I don't know, break my computer or something. So after that, then we're gonna run nitrogen dioxide and naphtha with that epic chlorohydrin, something, and 144 of that, naphtha and nitrogen. So we've got a little bit of that, so that'll be good. I need to bring some more drums over here, I think. So there's that. And wait, where do we need to run this? I can't recall. I cannot recall. Chemical bath. The chemical reactor. Oh, cool. And shoot. Okay, well, tell you what. Sacrifices must be made. Alright, but that stuff really wasn't that bad to make, so I'm not too concerned about it. So we'll give it some of that, and then our nitrogen dioxide and naphtha. Okay. And that's going to get our next liquid. I really want to get that liquid room set up like really bad now, because we definitely need it. Like, it's a necessity at this point, because, you know, we need a place where we can have multiple chemical reactors set up to handle different things, and, you know, liquid pipes that actually go to the correct machines, and just everything kind of organized, basically. So now we just need the chemical bath, if I'm correct. And let me... This actually shouldn't connect, because that's basic pipes. And I'm going to set this... No! Fuck off. Okay. And we'll just extract that into the chemical bath. We've got our molten epoxid. And now we can run our polyethylene sheets. And we'll get our epoxy. Yeah! And then the... that with the annealed copper foil in the forming press, and we will be set to get our empty PCB. So the first stage of making a PCB will be done. So then we can rejoice. So I will be right back. I'm going to run over to the other building, and I'll return in just a second. Okay, welcome back. So we'll throw that in the forming press. It'll take just a second, and we'll get our first empty PCB. Now, we still have actually quite a few steps to get our assembled PCB. So now that we've got that, most of it's pretty standard from this point. So we can throw this into a UV light box. And now this is going to take a while. Yeah, I just now hit 1%. So this does take a pretty long time, and it honestly, I almost feel like it takes longer on here, but maybe I'm used to having speed upgrades and stuff in it. It's a lot of the problem. So while that's running, the next thing that we need to do for the last step, we're going to need some capacitors and some transistors. So let's go ahead and get some of these made. The first thing we're going to want is some cyan plastic and some black plastic. So let's see, we're going to need 3 for each. Let's go ahead and make like 12 of each of these, because we're going to need, we're going to need a bunch of these. So really, it's not really possible for us to have too many of these. Because transistors and capacitors, you're going to need just an absolute ton of them. So I wouldn't worry too much about that. Now, after that, the color of plastic is the only thing that really differentiates these, and then we'll just need some redstone and some compressed iron. So let's get that going. We're making, what, 24 of them? Alright, so we've got that, and then let's edit this, and we're going to say you are going to filter item name contains, and we're going to say item name contains, oops, Tor. And now we can just throw our cyan plastic, black plastic, redstone, and iron ingot. Yeah, none of those contain Tor. Okay, cool. And so now if we come over here, we should see our transistors and capacitors getting crafted up. It looks like it's all like bugging out because the way that these open on each other. So, alright, come on. It'll actually be fairly fast once it, yeah, see. It got everything in there, and it was just like, here you go, let's get some stuff crafted. Oh no, it's still waiting on the iron. It's about to throw the iron in there. Then it'll be like fairly quickly, actually. Oops. Yeah, there it goes. It's already like busting them out. Pop, 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 pop. I love it. Love it, love it. And we'll get speed, we'll get this thing upgraded with speed upgrades fairly soon. I want to wait till we get the advanced setup going. But once we get that, I'll definitely be upgrading everything with speed upgrades. So, man, making printed circuit boards is like a million steps. I kind of like it though. I mean, it definitely makes it a lot tougher. Okay, so now that we've got that, let's check on our UV light box. It's probably not done, chances are, but oh no, 35%. Okay, actually, let me see. What would it take for us to get speed upgrade? Sugar, lubricant, chemical blue dye. Oh. Yeah, we're going to wait on that. I want to get another... Well, let me see. The brewing machine soapstone and oil makes lubricant? Oh, it requires GregTech lubricant, not... Shoot. Okay, so that totally changes it. If we can't use the Pneumaticraft lubricant. Let's see, that's drilling fluid. Lubricant. Pneumaticraft lubricant. Okay, we can make Greg Tech lubricant. I wonder if we could have done that with the LPG. Yes. We could have. You just have to run it through the fluid canning machine. My bad, guys. So now we know that it is possible to do that. Well, we live and we learn. Anyway, I'm going to cut camera for a bit and let this PCB build up, and then I'll be back in just a moment. Okay, welcome back. Our PCB is just about finished, but I wanted to bring you guys back just really quickly because we are going to actually, can't remember where I have the fluid tank set up. Where in the world did I put it? There it is. Okay. We're going to actually sell 30 buckets of gasoline. Because we might as well go ahead and do this. So we're going to set that, and let's sell 15 things in order. And so that's going to come in and get all that gasoline, and it's going to give us, 15 ancient coins. Because we're going to actually need to order these assembly programs, so we might as well go ahead and do it. That way we're ready for it. Now, we don't have the assembly platform and everything just yet, but we will be getting that, the next episode that we start working with Pneumaticraft. So we've got this empty PCB, so while we're waiting on that guy to bring us our coins, what we can do is we can just throw this into the etching acid. And it's going to take a little bit of time, or it should take a little bit of time, to etch that out. So, and it should, yeah, it doesn't despawn. Cool. Okay. And once we get the assembly platform, this process here is going to be a lot easier, because we're not going to have to run the UV light box and the etching acid and all that stuff. Once we get that, oh god, now I can't find it again. No, other side. Okay. But we won't have to run it through all that time-consuming stuff anymore, which will be great. So let's see. Did he get the... Oh, I miscounted. Somehow. I don't know. I'll learn my math one of these days. So now... Actually, I don't know why I took those out. Let's go ahead and order our assembly program, drill and laser program, and drill program. And I think that's the main things that we're going to want. I could order some lubricant, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. Basically, those programs, we will use them once we get the assembly platform set up. But they're actually fairly easy to get. So we might as well, just knock it out pretty easy. And so we are at 62% right now. And you notice that you can pull it out of the UV light box. You don't have to run it all the way up to 100%. But I would suggest just going ahead and waiting like the full 5 minutes or whatever to get the 100%, because you really don't want to fail it. Now, if you do fail the PCB, if you don't run it all the way up to 100%, you can throw it into a furnace, like right here, the failed PCB. You can just smelt it, and you'll get the empty PCB again. So, yeah, and if you notice right there, it says the etch success is lowered by 15% in the chemical bath. So if you run it through the chemical bath that we talked about earlier, at best you're going to get 85% chance to succeed. However, if you get the failed PCB, you can always cook it. But the chemical bath does consume the etching acid. So just be aware of that. But this just finished. And honestly, the etching acid really didn't take that long. So we got our unassembled PCB. Now, the last step to finally get this done, this mega long process, is we just need to craft it with some capacitors and some transistors. and we'll get our printed circuit board. Yeah. So now that we've got that, there's a lot of things that we can do that we'll get into next episode, starting with the assembly platform. So we're going to need quite a few of these to get this done, because when you set this up, you're going to need an I/O unit, which actually, I'm sorry, you're going to need 2 I/O units. So we're going to need 2 right there, plus a platform, that's 3, a drill and a laser, that's 5. So I'm going to be very busy before next episode. So, but at least we have the stuff figured out. We've done it, and stuff tends to go faster after we've done it at least once, because it's a little bit more fluid and, you know, a little bit easier to just run through it. So, you know, I'm still learning Greg Tech, but I'm having a lot of fun with it. So, and I hope you guys are having a lot of fun with the series so far. You know, I do appreciate those of you that have been watching and commenting and everything. It's very much appreciated. But I am going to end the episode out there. If you guys enjoyed it, as always, please comment, like, subscribe. It's very, very much appreciated. Next episode, if you guys have yeah, that's right. I'm sorry. We are going to take a short break from Pneumaticraft. We may set up the assembly platform. Yeah, actually, probably next episode, we'll probably set up the assembly platform, because that's actually not going to take that long, as long as, you know, I have the PCBs prepped and ready to go. So we'll set that up, and then we will also set up a QED so that we can start making transfer nodes to create our cobble gen, which I'm really excited about, you know, getting this up and going. So, I hope you guys join me for next episode, and until then, do take care, and I hope to see you guys then.